request the guests to take the seats. We'll start right away. I request everyone to take your seats, please. Let's get started. Good afternoon, everyone. We welcome you to the launch of YD1. There'll be a formal welcome address, but my name is Justin Jesdas. I head operations at the TTK Center for Rehabilitation Research and Device Development, R2D2. It's so nice to see all of you here. Today is not just about the launch of a product. It's about the launch of a new way of thinking about mobility, dignity, and independence. For decades, wheelchair users in India had only two options: a hospital-grade wheelchair, and then on the other end of the spectrum, the high-cost imports. Today, what we're doing is hard work of last 5 years. We started off with NeoFly. We set a benchmark, and today another new benchmark that we are setting: India's first lightweight active wheelchair. YD1 is a wheelchair that competes with the world's best, engineered with precision, built for real lives, and proudly designed and developed in India. As I said, this is just not a product launch alone. It's a moment of transition from assistance to ability, from dependency to design-led dignity. On behalf of IIT Madras and Thryv Mobility, we welcome you all to this landmark event. We'll start off with the Tamil Thai Valthu and followed by Vande Mataram. I request all of you to stand for both of them.
நீராறும் கடலொடுத்த நிலமடந்த கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ்பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே. வந்தே மாதரம் வந்தே மாதரம் சுஜலாம் சுஃபலாம் மலயஜ சீதலாம் சஸ்ய శ్యామలాం మాతరం వందే మాతరం శుభ్రజ్యోత్స్నా పులకితయామినీ పుల్లకుసుమిత ద్రుమదళ శోభినీ సుహాసినీ సుమధుర భాషినీ సుఖదాం వరదాం మాతరం వందే మాతరం వందే మాతరం.
Please be seated. Thank you very much. We'll now have lighting of the lamp where we'll call different stakeholders. But to start with, may I now request the chief guest, Vice Admiral Kapoor. Sir, please, if you could light the first wick. Thank you, sir. May I now request our director to light the second wick. On to the third one by Mr. Rajan Iyer and Dr. Ravinder Singh. For the fourth one, may I request Brigadier Satish, Commodore and Air Commander from all the three forces to light the fourth wick. And the fifth wick representing the engineering community and the user community, Purna Chandran and Naveen, if you can please get on stage. Thank you very much. I request the guests to take their seats. I now call upon Dr. Manish Anand to deliver the welcome address.
Good afternoon, everyone. So it is my pleasure to welcome all of you to this product launch event. I want to start by welcoming our esteemed chief guests, Surgeon Vice Admiral Anupam Kapoor, Nausena, Director General of Hospital Services of the Armed Forces. Your presence today here is of extreme significance because it highlights the importance of these devices, these technologies being applicable to everyone, be it the civilians or our brave warriors. I want to welcome our director, Professor V. Kamakoti. A very warm welcome to you. None of our R2D2 events, launch events would be happening without your presence, so it has become a highlight of our Next, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to Dr. Ravinder Singh, who is heading the Assistive Technology Initiative from Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR. And under his leadership, we have grown tremendously. A welcome to Mr. Rajan Iyer from Trimble. We are really glad to have you here on the dais with us today. And it's a commitment of inclusivity from Trimble. I also want to welcome members of the armed services, Brigadier Satish, Commodore Suvrat Megnon, and Air Commodore Tapan Sharma. Welcome to all the members of the armed services here. It is truly a pleasure and a delight to have the members of the community here. Next, I want to welcome all the industry partners and CSR partners who have graced this occasion with us today. I want to welcome all the esteemed faculty members, colleagues, friends, students, well-wishers, our industry partners, and our vendors, especially, who have walked this entire journey with us every step of the way. And of course, I want to welcome our users to whom we dedicate this day. So we have people joining online as well, so a warm welcome to all of them as well. We've gathered here not just to launch a wheelchair, but to gently drop it, because trust me, it is that light. So the ultra lightweight wheelchair was YD1. It was designed with one principal core philosophy. Freedom should never be a heavy lift. Every detail reflects that, from aerospace grade materials, to tolerances that are tighter than our deadlines, which my team can definitely agree with, and technologies that will make even a racing bike blush. We have stripped everything from it, except, of course, the personality. So you might be wondering just how light it is or what's new. So to just give you an idea, it's light enough for you to lift with one hand, yet strong enough to carry stories, journeys, and lives in motion. And for the numbers guys, it starts at 8.5 kgs. We have 14 colors, and let me see. I think overall configurations come to around 1,74,720. That's the sum total permutations and combinations of the sizes. That's the versatility of the product that we are presenting today. It's the choice the user gets. But this launch isn't just about the weight, right? It's about shedding the baggage that comes with assistive devices. So most assistive devices in the market, or what you are familiar with, what you might have seen out there, look very clinical, very prosaic. But we decided to do something about that as well, right? We are here to show that accessibility can be elegant, intuitive, and just plain cool, right? And when I say this, I am not exaggerating. Our team has debated on smallest issues, like the caster adjustment mechanisms, for more hours than I care to admit. So basically, what we thought was, what would it mean if the wheelchair was not just a tool, but an extension of the body? And that's where all of our design philosophy came with. This wheelchair was designed not by engineers alone. It was co-designed with users at every step of the way, with the input of the clinicians and the clinical team, so that the product that comes out is actually usable by the consumers, by the end users. It is something that we are proud of, and I look forward to this launch event. So let's roll into the future, sleek, sharp, and about 50% lighter than your average Monday morning mood. So over to you, Justin. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Manish. I never realized, I've worked with him for the last 2 years, and I never realized there's a poet in you. Thank you very much. We'll now move on to the next segment. It's very unfortunate Professor Sujata couldn't be here. She's on a sabbatical. We wouldn't be here but for her. But we have a video message from her. We'll now hear from the visionary behind R2D2, Professor Sujata Srinivasan, sharing the journey. R2D2 has been here for 10 years now. So she'll talk about the journey and what brought to this moment.
10 years ago, when R2D2 was established with support from TTK Prestige, we had a dream. That dream was to change the assistive device landscape in India by providing choices for more functional and affordable assistive devices for people with movement disability built to global quality standards. With support from funders who have placed their faith in us and the dedicated teams of people who have worked with me over the years, today we are proud to launch the 7th product from R2D2, YD1. YD1 is the lightest Indian wheelchair at an affordable price that is unmatched by comparable imported products. YD is named after Vaidi, who, by example, changed the lives of many people with spinal cord injury and helped them regain their independence. YD1 is the first in a series of products that we are co-developing with Thryv Mobility, the second startup from R2D2 that is passionately focused on bringing these devices to market. We've realized over the years that our products work well not just in India, but have some unique advantages in the global market as well. And so we are looking to leverage that with our future products. Most of all, with our products, we want to shift the focus from a person's disability to their ability. We want to create wheelchairs and assistive technologies that make users feel cool, empowered, and free. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person today. To all our eminent guests who have joined us, and to all of you well-wishers who are with us today, either in person or online, welcome and thank you so much for joining us for this milestone event. Thank you.
We are bridging the gap between affordability and high quality and changing the narrative from disability to ability so that everybody has a fair chance in the society. Thank you, Professor Sujata. I'm sure you're watching this online, so thank you very much. Moving on, leadership is about creating ecosystems where bold ideas meet practical execution. At IIT Madras, this is not an exception. It is the culture. May I now invite our director, Professor V. Kamakoti, to share his thoughts on innovation, inclusion, and impact, who has always been a pillar of support. Thank you, sir.
Respected Vice Admiral and all the distinguished invitees on dais. I'm extremely happy today because this whole concept of inclusivity, in my opinion, is getting more and more redefined for a great purpose and a great cause with each one of the launch of R2D2. So please join me in congratulating Sujata and the excellent team for this launch. Friends, prosperous Viksit Bharat 2047 as envisioned by our Honorable Prime Minister is certainly possible only if we bring in more and more inclusivity in the way we live, the way we bring in people together. And in this direction, R2D2 is indeed doing a very, very yeoman task. I still remember the launch of the standing chair, and one of the immediate reaction of a beneficiary of that particular equipment was that at the end of that function, national anthem was sung, and the person stood up for the national anthem for the first time. And I think that was a very touching moment for us. In 2014, just a few months after our Honorable Prime Minister had taken over his charge, I had an opportunity to listen to him in a DRDO medal award function, where he mentioned that you just even reduce 1 kilogram for the soldier. I think that's a great job that you are doing for the country. I think I'm very happy today that the entire armed forces are here to see this inauguration where we have reduced the weight by 50%. I think that's a big achievement. We are filing a lot of patents. Last year we had, but one financial year we closed with 386, and last year we closed with 417 patents. And many people started asking, are you just showing the count? Friends, look at this. These are also patents, but these are heavily deep tech, actually trying to solve a social problem of great importance. And that is what patents at IIT Madras mean. We also have 103 startups which we incubated last year. And what are these startups doing? Again, they are into deep technology, deep core technology. But again, if you ask me, what is the difference between the startup at your institution and the startup average outside? Our startups actually work at problems of this social importance. And that is what makes me very proud as a director of this institution. So thank you again, team, for giving me this pleasure. Friends, today, if you look at this chair, it is a great cross-disciplinary work, because we are to have materials of different types. It can be metal, it can be rubber, and these things have to withstand the different conditions that you see at different places as you move. But at the same time, we have to reduce the weight. So this is a very orthogonal challenge that has been put forward to the team. And in the video, if you had just seen, Sujata would be working on many equations, and this is also governed by a lot of mathematical modeling. So though you see this as a product, but a lot of mathematics, a lot of physics, a lot of mechanical engineering, a lot of material science, and many other things have gone into this. And that is what, as a country today, we need, because we need interdisciplinary education. And again, I take this opportunity, I'm almost like the virus of the 3 Idiot movie, that I keep on repeating the same thing. There is a lot more than AI and ML, and there is a lot more that we need to do with core engineering. And within the next 5 years, since media is also there, I want to tell all the parents who are going to advise their young children while preparing for JEE Advanced and other things, mechanical engineers, civil engineers, marine engineers, metallurgists will be in great demand, more demand than computer science, AI and ML. I want to make this as a point here. And this is one important marvel, and you will see many things, many such things coming up. So friends, as IIT Madras, we believe that Viksit Bharat 2047, as envisioned by your Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, is going to be a product nation, it's going to be a startup nation. And these products must not just be for money, these products must be for a purpose. And we strongly believe as an institute that if we start looking at the purpose, the means will follow. And that is what has happened through a gracious contribution by T.T. Jagannathan, who is also our distinguished alumnus. And this hall he has sponsored, so this hall is named, and this center he has also sponsored. So we are having this 3-in-1 here, a great alumnus, leading a lot of very innovative things. For example, the heart valve that which they did with Chitra Trinal Institute has been reducing the price of heart valve by several amounts. And that same inclination we have brought in, where we give you a very affordable, but at the same time quality and less weight wheelchair today. We are very happy, and we thank TTJ for all his continued contribution. He's just 85 years young. I also saw him in the Sangam festival a few weeks before. So friends, we will continue in this journey. I look forward to a lot more of interaction. Thanks Thryv for being with us, and we will continue this product development. We strongly believe that local relevance will lead to global recognition, and we will solve problems for our country, give such powerful, effective solutions. And I'm sure this is what is going to take us to the Viksit Bharat 2047. So thank you very much, and again a very hearty welcome to IIT Madras campus.
Thank you, sir. You continue inspiring us with your leadership. Now to the most awaited moment of the afternoon. But even before we get on to actually unveiling the wheelchair itself, we'll play a short video. This is the moment where research leaves the lab and enters the real world. So that's a lot of graphics, right? To convert that and conceptualization into a real physical device takes months of research and development. And that is exactly what our team did at R2D2 and Thryv to translate that into a physical device. And therefore, now I call upon our chief guest, Surgeon Vice Admiral Anupam Kapoor, now Sena, Director General of Hospital Services, Armed Forces, and Professor V. Kamakoti, to kindly join together and unveil the video, unveil the launch of the device. Did you show? Thank you, sirs. So all the theatrics, thanks to the engineering team. While at it, we'll also do the technology transfer at this moment. Professor Manu Santanam, Dean ICSR, could not be here. On his behalf, I invite Dr. Dara and Mr. Sendil from Thryv Mobility to sign the agreement and transfer the technology. Is there? Go to the other end. From idea to impact, this is how innovation scales at IIT Madras. As the signing of the agreement takes place, I invite the YD1 team, the engineering team that worked on the device, onto the stage for a group photo. Go. I also request the guests of honor, Brigadier Satish, Commodore Suvarat Nagon, and Air Commodore Tapan Sharma to join the other guests on the stage. Thank you. I'll have the YD1 team leave the stage, but the guests, I'd request you to stay back. On to the next announcement. Yeah, the YD1 team can leave the stage. So we have a very important announcement along with the launch of the device itself, and I request Brigadier C.N. Satish to do the honors of unveiling what we call as a Thryv Wheelers Club. What is Thryv Wheelers Club? We believe it's not just important to put great devices out in the market for users to use. We wanted to create like the Harley Davidson Bikers Club, a Wheelers Club, simply to normalize the use of a wheelchair. That's the only way how we can do community participation. So Thryv Wheelers Club is all about normalizing the use of wheelchair. Hey, how about a beach stroll, a movie night, or even a date night? That's exactly what this club would do. Thank you, Brigadier C.N. Satish. We'll also be unveiling the T-shirt of YD1, and I request Commodore Suvarat Megon to do the honors. Yeah. And now for the unveiling of Thryv insignia, I call upon Air Commodore Tapan Sharma to unveil Thryv insignia. And I request all the guests of honor, all the three of them, to present the gift voucher to YD1 team that's worked so hard for the last several months. Yeah. Tarun will collect on behalf of YD1 team. Thank you very much. Sirs, I request you to take your respective seats. We'll now move on to the next segment of the launch. I now call upon our Chief Guest Surgeon Vice Admiral Anupam Kapoor, Nausena Medal, Director General of Hospital Services, Armed Services, to deliver his address on enabling independence. Sir, I'm going to introduce you.
No,
Sir,
not required.
at least a few words, if I may. So he's the alumnus of prestigious Armed Forces Medical College, Pune. The flag officer has done specialization in obstetrics and gynecology and super specialization in gynecological endoscopy. Prior to taking over as the DGHS Armed Forces, the flag officer has served a command medical office as the command medical officer of the Western Naval Command. The flag officer has also commanded premier Indian naval hospitals, including INHS Sanjeevani and INHS Ashwini. He has been awarded the Nausena Medal and commended twice by the Chief of Naval Staff and by the Flag Officer Commanding in Chief, Western Naval Command, for his distinguished service and outstanding contribution to the Indian Navy and Armed Forces Medical Services. Glad to have you here, sir.
Thank you very much. Seeing that video, the two videos, my heartbeat did go up a bit. I had these goose pimples. I mean, the amount of effort and the hard work that has gone in to produce something so beautiful as this was very evident and very smartly put across in that video, which is condensed to barely less than 30 seconds. But you can see the effort that has gone in. So congratulations for that. Uh, Respected Professor Kamakoti, the Director, IIT Madras, other dignitaries on the dais, esteemed faculty members, members from the industry, and my dear students. I know they're somewhere there. So good afternoon to everybody. Let me begin by giving you a heartfelt thank you for having me here today. Amongst this very august, audience, you're the brightest, minds in the country, and it's an honor to stand before you today. And I've been asked to share my thoughts, on a subject that lies at the very heart of both nation building and human dignity, that is enabling independence. So when we hear the word independence, our mind goes back to 1947 and the struggle for freedom, an era which was marked by unparalleled courage, sacrifice. But the fact is, I think we are two generations who have gone through and lived past that. So today, true independence means inclusion, dignity, self-reliance for each and every citizen of this country, regardless of their background, ability, and circumstances. WHO has given a figure where they say that almost 15% of the global population, 15% is a huge number, suffers from one or the other form of some kind of disability. In absolute numbers, this would translate to almost about 1.3 to 1.9 billion, and this number is going up. It's estimated by about 2050 it'll be close to 2.5 billion. That's a huge, huge number. As we get closer to, as Professor was mentioning, 100 years post-independence, we need to reflect on a deeper and a more evolving meaning of independence for us. Independence is not merely personal, it's social, economic, and technological. It's the freedom of a visually impaired student to navigate a campus independently. It's the ability of a stroke survivor to communicate with his or her loved ones. It is the right of a rural woman to access digital health. And it's the power of a veteran amputee to walk unassisted again if possible. In the armed forces, we see this pursuit of independence not in theory. We see it happening, as true cases every day. My friends there who are from the Artificial Limb Center and from the Spinal Cord Injury Center see these patients every day, day in and day out. Imagine a young soldier, young officer who's injured in a counter-insurgency operation somewhere in the northeast and lands up in this center with his spine shattered, his confidence broken. And he is 6 months later, with the right kind of medical care, advanced prosthetics, neurophysiotherapy, psychological support, he is made to stand up and take his first tentative steps, not only physically, but also mentally. Now that is independence. To us, enabling independence means rehabilitation, innovation, and above all, empowerment of every soldier, every family member, every civilian that we serve. Now let me speak to you, you're all familiar. Let me give you a few examples of how the brightest of the minds, through your skills and research and compassion, can change lives. A startup in Delhi created AI-enabled prosthetics that adapt to a user's walking pattern, giving him amputees the most natural possible gait. An IIT Kanpur team developed a wearable ECG patch that helps detect these silent cardiac events and will save lives in high altitude, etc. At the height of the pandemic, IIT Hyderabad collaborated with the Army Medical Corps to build telemedicine hubs for the field hospitals of the military. And our own very IIT Chennai, a student innovation here resulted in a low-cost braille tablet for the blind students of rural India. And YD1 is yet another example, in this number of innovations that we've just heard about and that are ongoing with all these startups. And I think Professor Amakoti, the director, put it so nicely that I think IIT Madras, the innovations and the products that are coming with a heart. They are for, everyday usage. They are for people who need them most. They're not just, to display to the world and that you've done something. And let me assure you that your work doesn't need to stay in a lab or, at a prototype stage. It has to come into the real world. And the armed forces, AFMC in particular, has just been, sanctioned a center for advanced research by the ICMR. And they are going to be, collaborating with IIT Chennai, Madras also, and other startups to do the final, validation, the medical validation, the practical usage, and the safety certification of all these innovative products that come out of your ecosystem. In the armed forces, we live by the motto, service before self. It's not just words, it's a culture. It's the idea that your knowledge, your privilege, your education must ultimately serve society. And what greater service than helping another person stand, speak, walk, or dream again? Enabling independence, like was said, is not about charity. It is about creating systems that ensure that nobody has to depend on charity. It's about building tools, networks, and ideas that give people back their dignity. So I urge you all, whether tomorrow you become or you are a data scientist, a biomedical engineer, an entrepreneur, an academic, never lose sight of that human being behind the problem. Let your engineering be driven by empathy. Let your research be inspired by resilience. Let your innovation serve inclusion. As we move towards our centenary, our vision must be to include universal health access, especially to the rural and the remote population. Barrier-free environments should be the norm, not the, the rare example. Now, this vision cannot be achieved by the government or the military alone. It requires thinkers, builders, dreamers, innovators like you. A lovely line was said, I'll say another one. Enable every Indian to live with dignity. Enable independence every day and for every life. Let that be your innovation motto. Let that be your moral and creative compass. Thank you all for your attention. Thank you all for your passion. Thank you all for your brilliance. I salute your spirit and invite you to join us in thought, collaboration, and service. Thank you very much once again. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your very valuable insights. I'm sure we all go wiser today with the thoughts that you shared. Before I invite Dr. Ravinder Singh, I need to say something about ICMR and its initiative. So please spare a moment for me. First of its kind, last year, ICMR received a United Nations award. and I want to talk about that award before I invite Dr. Ravinder Singh, who completely spearheaded that movement. The award acknowledges ICMR's significant contribution to the field of assistive technologies, specifically its innovative work supporting individuals with NCDs and mental health challenges. By promoting accessible, affordable, and sustainable solutions, ICMR has played a critical role in enhancing the quality of life for countless individuals across India. It is noteworthy to mention here that ICMR has been instrumental in creating the National Centers for Assistive Health Technology across the country, including at AIIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, NIST Trivandrum, and our very own IIT Madras, one of its kind in India and across the globe. Sir, I invite you to share a few words. Dr. Ravinder Singh is a scientist at ICMR and also heads the National Center for Assistive Technology Initiative.
Surgeon Vice Admiral Anupam Kapoor ji, Mr. Rajiv Iyer, Director IIT Madras, Professor Kamakoti ji, Manish and Justin and Samson, all I work closely with. A very good afternoon to all of you. It's a privilege and honor to be here among all of you. And as Justin said that we got the UN award, and I'll just say 2-3 lines about that. We started, like Madam said, Dr. Sujata, she said that we started 10 years ago. We also started 10 years ago. But within that short span of time, we could make an impact globally. So that was the reason that UN collected the information and then awarded ICMR for its achievements, whatever we achieved during this period, creating an ecosystem. So assistive technology is not the one work at ICMR. We create standards, we create awareness, we create innovation, we create policy, we create a lot of documentation, and create centers like NCAT, which are now at 4, and we are very shortly expanding them across whole of the India. As our chief guest has said that at AFMC that has been given Center for Advanced Research, the similar kind of labs we are creating across 5 AIIMS right now, which will be validating this kind of products, which right now none of the companies, they go through that kind of rigorousness, that users perspective and the clinical validation part. So that is what we have done. So what is assistive technology? What does it do with the people? There are, we say that people with visual impairment, hearing impairment, and one of them which use them is locomotor. So then there are children who need cognitive support, there are children who need communication support, older persons who need self-care, and also our sports person who need wheelchair or maybe the blades and different kind of devices to participate in the sports, and also for daily routine activities, leisure activities, social inclusion, and also participation in the religious activities. That is how the assistive technology works. And we have a number of examples which has shown us and made us confident that how does it changes. We have an engineering student. He is a polio patient, and he got admission into NITs, Rourkela, and for 3 years of his education in engineering, and he was a mechanical engineer, he used to crawl to his classrooms. And between the classroom times, 5 or 10 minutes, he used to, run very fast while crawling. Nobody told him that how can the assistive technology or a wheelchair can change his life. So when he went into the 3rd year, he went into the workshop in the mechanical engineering, department. So somebody gave him the idea to come out with his own wheelchair. He made, and the way it changed his life is, cannot be described. And we sport Bosia game, people on wheelchair, with extreme disabilities. Those either they don't have the, power to move their legs or arms, or all the four, legs and arms, and they play. And I asked one of the players, she is our international player, and I asked, what happened? What would have happened if you had no wheelchair? So she very, smartly and very, smilingly told, I would have been sitting in a corner of my house, doing nothing. So that is the power of the assistive technology, which took me to the corner of the globe. And now I earn a respect and I earn a lot of money. And the team at NCAT and R2D2 IIT Madras really deserve a lot of support, and congratulations from all of us for coming out with different ideas. Almost daily I listen to them and keep on talking to them and looking at those ideas. And Justin said idea to impact. So I use 6 I's: idea to innovation to incubation to industry to individual and then to impact. So this is the spectrum which we use to support the product, assistive product or assistive technologies. So I again congratulate whole of the team, R2D2, Thryv, Trimble, and YD1, now the wheelchair group. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to interact with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We deeply appreciate your unwavering support in this entire journey of developing YD1. On to the next part of the event. We're going to talk about CSR impact and what it could do. But before I invite Mr. Rajan Iyer, I'd like to just give a user perspective. India could be potentially home for about anywhere 90 to 130 million people with disabilities. And if you go out there in the community to your favorite restaurant, movie hall, park, you don't see them. Typically, this means 1 in 10 has a disability, but you don't see them. Because largely, this population remains invisible. And to get this population out, right, we need the right technology, but we also need the right partners. Potentially, a country could lose 5 to 7% of its GDP if we do not include people with disabilities in the mainstream economy. In Indian parlance, we are talking about anywhere from $150 billion to $200 billion every single year that we lose when we don't include this population. The change can really happen only with partnership. With that note, I invite you, sir. And a quick introduction, Mr. Rajan Iyer is the Managing Director of Trimble India. He's responsible for Trimble's operation in this region, and under his leadership, Trimble has seen exponential revenue and employee growth. Sir, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Respected members of the dignitaries on the dais, members of the audience, my own Trimble colleagues, Vanakkam to all of you, Namaste to all of you, and good afternoon. Distinct pleasure to be here on this occasion of inauguration of this fantastic assistive device. For those of you who don't know Trimble, we are an industrial technology company, 48-year-old company out of Silicon Valley, started by a legally blind but a brilliant engineer from Caltech who had the passion and the commitment and the focus to commercialize GPS. Before that, GPS was in the realm of defense, Department of Defense, but he decided to commercialize GPS. So overcoming challenges, innovation is part of our DNA. And Trimble produces the world's best technologies that are used in a variety of industries, from construction to agriculture to land administration, forestry, natural resources, mining, and so on. We bring latest technology. And one of our key areas where we focus on is disaster management. Wherever there is an earthquake, flood, glaciological avalanches, our technology is used to essentially ensure that the available resources are utilized optimally. So the earthquake in Burj, Nepal, Kyoto, Chengdu, You name it, Trimble comes there first and gives the technology that helps. So CSR is also part of our DNA, and it's very much in our blood. And as a matter of fact, the Challenger disaster that happened, Trimble technology was used to piece together the entire accident, and then thereby, certain changes to the O-rings were made. We didn't publicize that, but our technology was very critical. So again, we are at the forefront of innovation and social responsibility. The other thing we are very proud about is DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. 33% of our engineers are women, and Chennai Center hosts about 1,800 employees, which is more than 12% of Trimble workforce. Of the total of 14,000, we have about 1,800 and growing. And proud to say that we conduct accessibility audit very regularly, and we are very proud to say that we have barrier-free mobility for any person, normal, disabled, I shouldn't say disabled, differently abled people, and we are very proud to have all of them as an inclusive part of our community. So when the opportunity came for us to participate in this great initiative, we jumped in with both feet. I think 2 years ago, we created an awareness session on assistive technology and successfully completed that for about 1,000 students across 4 colleges. And we were very successful in increasing the awareness and the empathy and sensitivity of all those students towards folks who can contribute greatly to our society. I mean, there are some very well-known personalities in science, engineering. My own founder, Charlie Trimble, is one of them. Arts, sciences, and so on. So lack of mobility should not be a constraint. In fact, mobility is a right, not a privilege. We consider that. So we were very successful. And then again, last year, we again took part very actively with NCAHT and IIT Madras to create inclusivity and help in the development of this assistive technology. And we donated a generous amount so that people can take full advantage of this. So our focus is independence of mobility is critical. As you mentioned, with this kind of inclusivity, people can contribute and to the society and develop the society. And in addition to this initiative, as I said, we take CSR very seriously. We are also helping with mobile eye clinics, which goes to rural areas and helps people with blindness. I mean, it is one of the big issues in rural areas where people don't take care of their eyes, but they're out in the sun. And so we have supported initiative for mobile eye clinics. We are also very proud, as part of our DEI initiative, we support STEM programs for girl students in schools, in government schools, including in Chennai and Mumbai, and provide them with all the facilities. And I've been to a couple of them with my colleagues here. And by the way, we have 10 of them here, so this shows how important it is, this event is for us. So when we went there to the school, I mean, some of the innovative experiments that they did is seen to be believed, ranging from flood control to earthquake detection to, many times, gas cylinder burst happens. So they found some very innovative solutions. So we are very proud to be associated. And I would say that, we are very, indeed, we are very proud that, such a device has happened. IIT Madras is known for its innovation. So when we got the chance, we decided that we should participate actively and do our best. And we also work with different departments in IIT Madras. As Mr. Kamakodi said, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, biomechanical, bioengineering, all these are very important. So we work with various departments, not only in IIT Madras, but also other IITs, NITs, other Anna University, and so on. And we really work with them on some of the latest technologies, and we co-develop some of these technologies also. So very proud to be here, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. Really looking forward to seeing a lot more of these in Chennai and across India and all over the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Indeed, today we'll see 16 more at least, because Trimble came up and volunteered to fund 20 wheelchair provisioning. So we'll see the users, but before that, we'll see a short video because we gave 3 users, select users, the wheelchair to try it in real environment, and let's see the impact of it through a video.
சின்ன ஒரு கல் இருந்தாலும் கொஞ்சம் ஒரு லைன் இருந்தாலும் என்னால் இந்த வீல் சேரில் போகவே முடியல. அண்ட் இது வந்து ரொம்ப லோவாகவும் இருக்கிறதுனால என்னால்
இந்த சைஸு அகலமாக இருக்கிறதுனால எங்களால் எந்த ஒரு பாத்ரூம் போக முடியதில்லை.
கொஞ்ச நாள் ஓட்டினே இருந்தேன், பட் கம்ஃபர்டபுளே இருக்காது முதல்ல வீல் சேர். அப்பப்போ சின்ன சின்ன பெட்ஸோட வரும் அந்த குஷனில்.
ட்ரெயின்லனா அது ஏறத்துக்கு இறங்கிறதுக்கு ரொம்ப கஷ்டமாக இருக்குது சார். அதுக்கப்புறமா ஏசி கமாண்ட் பண்ண போகிறோம், அதில் வெஸ்டர்ன் ட்ரெயிலெல்லாம் போய் வீல் சேர் போக மாட்டேது, அக்சபிள் இல்லை, அது ரொம்ப கஷ்டமாக இருக்குது சார்.
பெரிய சைஸாக இருக்குது, அது இல்லாமல் பெயின் அதிகமாக கொடுக்குது, உட்கார சொல்ல பேக் பெயின் அதிகமாக கொடுக்குது.
ஆப்ரேஷன் பண்ணி வீட்டுக்கு போனோடனே அந்த எல்லாரும் ரெகுலராக யூஸ் பண்ணுற அந்த ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் வீல் சேர் தான் எனக்கு கொடுத்துருந்தாங்க. பெட் சேர் வந்ததுனால ஆல்மோஸ்ட் ஒரு 9 months நான் வீல் சேரை யூஸ் பண்ணல.
என்ன தூக்கி விட்டுருவாங்க, வீல் சேரும் தூக்கி வைக்கிறதுக்கு ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்படுவாங்க.
என்ன பேலன்ஸ் வரல, அது எடுத்து மாட்டும் போது விழுந்துருமோன்ற ஒரு பயம்.
டயர் வந்து ஒரு மாதத்துக்குள்ளே நான் ஓட்டுறதுக்கு தேஞ்சிருச்சு.
ரேம்பில் இருக்க கொஞ்சம் அது தள்ளுறது கொஞ்சம் சிரமமாக இருக்கும்.
தண்ணி பட்டுச்சுன்னா டைட்டாக இருக்கும்,
கொஞ்சம் வெயிட்டாக இருக்குது,
சர்வீஸ்க்கு செலவு பண்ணிட்டு
புஷ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ரொம்ப கஷ்டமாக இருக்கும்.
ஆக்சிடென்ட் ஆச்சு, எனக்கு முதுகு தண்டோட பாதிக்கப்பட்டு 2 காலுமே செயலிழந்துச்சு. ரீசெண்டாக த்ரை வீல் சேர்னு ஒன்று யூஸ் பண்ணுறேன். நான் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஆட்டோ ஓட்டுறேன். நான் வந்து மாடிஃபிகேஷன் பண்ண ஆட்டோ வச்சுக்கின்னு இங்கே பக்கத்தில் ஒரு கம்பெனி இருக்குது, அந்த கம்பெனிக்கு ஆளுங்களை ஏற்றின்னு போய் இறக்குவேன், திருப்பி இட்டுன்னு வருவேன். அதெல்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த வீல் சேரில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா வந்து ஷிஃப்ட் ஆகிறதுக்குலாம் எனக்கு ஈஸியாக இருக்கும், எடுத்து வைக்கிறதுக்கும் அதே மாதிரி ஈஸியாக இருக்கும். எங்கள் ஒய்ஃப் வீட்டிலேருந்து இங்கே வருவேன், ஏரிக்கரை வருவேன், என்னோட கல்குவாரி குளிக்கிறதுலாம் அங்கே போவேன். இதெல்லாம் பார்க்குறதுக்கு முன்னாடி கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டமாக இருக்கும், அந்த வீல் சேர்லாம் வர்றதுக்கு எனக்கு தள்ளுறதுக்கும் கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டமாக இருந்துச்சு. இப்போ இந்த லைட் வெயிட் இந்த த்ரை வீல் சேர் கொடுத்ததுலேருந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நல்லா ஸ்மூத்தாக இருக்குது, இந்த இடம்லாம் தள்ளுறதுக்கு. இப்போ பார்க்குறவங்க கூட என்ன சொல்கிறாங்கன்னா, முன்னாடிலாம் ரொம்ப கஷ்டமாக இருக்காதா, இது ரொம்ப ஈஸியாக இருக்குது இந்த வீல் சேரு, எப்படிடா அப்படின்லாம் என்னை கேட்பாங்க.
இதுக்கு முன்னாடி யூஸ் பண்ண வீல் சேர் வந்து நான் வெளியே கொண்டு போகிறதுக்கே ஒரு மாதிரி இருக்கும், நான் ஒரு மாதிரி ஒரு பேஷன் ஃபீல் மாதிரி இருக்கும். இப்போ நான் ஒரு பப்ளிக்கோட நான் ட்ராவல் பண்ணிட்டு போகிறேன் அப்படின்னா இது என்னுடைய ஒரு அங்கம் மாதிரி இருக்குது, என் பாடியோட ஒரு பார்ட். அது ஏன்னா என் சைஸ்லேயே இருக்குது, என் கன்வீனியன்ட் இருக்குது, என்னுடைய நான் எதிர்பார்த்த மாதிரி லைட் வெயிட்டில் இருக்குது, என்னுடைய ஃபிட்டாக இருக்குது. நான் எப்படி வந்து என்னுடைய ஸ்டிக்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணணும், என்னுடைய பைக் எப்படி யூஸ் பண்ணுறனோ அந்த மாதிரி இது என்னோடவே சேர்ந்த மாதிரி இருக்கிறதுனால வெளியே எடுத்துகிட்டு போகிறதுக்கு எனக்கு பெருசாக இது இல்லை. ஏன்னா வந்து அந்த லுக்கே வந்து ஒரு மாதிரி ரிச் லுக்காக இருக்குது, கேட்ட கலர்ஸில் நம்மளுக்கு கிடைக்குது. நான் கேட்ட கோல்டு கலரில் எனக்கு பண்ணி கொடுத்தாங்க. அப்படின்னும் போது வந்து எனக்கு பிடிச்ச மாதிரி இருக்குது. நான் வெளியே எடுத்துகிட்டு போகிறதும் வந்து எனக்கு பெருசாக இல்லை. நான் நார்மலாக எப்படி வந்து நடந்து போனால் எப்படி இருக்கும் அந்த மாதிரி இருக்குது. நான் ஒரு டேபிள் டென்னிஸ் போகும்போதோ வெளியே வாக்கிங் போகும்போதோ இந்த வீல் சேரில் இருந்தே என்னால் ஈஸியாக வந்து ட்ராவல் பண்ணிப்போம்.
ட்ரை வீல் சேர் லைட் வெயிட் வந்து யூஸ் பண்ண எனக்கு கொடுத்தாங்க. அது யூஸ் பண்ணும்போது எனக்கு ஃபஸ்ட்டு வந்து பயமாக இருந்துச்சு, ஏன்னா ரொம்ப லைட் வெயிட்டாக இருந்துச்சுங்களா, அதனால் எனக்கு வந்து கீழே விழுந்துருவோமோ அப்படின்னு ஒரு பயம் இருந்துச்சு. பட் நான் யூஸ் பண்ண எனக்கு அது ரொம்ப ஹாப்பியாக இருந்துச்சு. ப்ரொப்போல் பண்ணும்போது நான் ஒரே புஷ்ஷில் ரொம்ப தூரம் போகிறேன். ரெண்டாவது வந்து இது கொஞ்சம் வந்து கம்ஃபர்டபுளாக இருக்கிறதுனால சமைக்கும் போது வந்து என்னோடய லெவல் ஈக்குவலாக இருக்கிறதுனால எனக்கு சமைக்கலாம் ஈஸியாக இருக்குது. நான் வந்து டேபிள் டென்னிஸ் வந்து விளையாடிட்டுருக்கேன். எனக்கு டிஃபிகல்ட்டான பாலை வந்து எனக்கு ஈஸியாக இது வந்து எடுக்க முடியும் அப்படின்ற ஒரு கான்ஃபிடென்ஸ் இருக்குது. ஸோ இப்போது நெக்ஸ்ட்டு மந்த்து மேட்ச் இருக்குது. நான் இந்த வீல் சேரில் தான் வந்து கேம் விளையாடலான்னு ஐடியாவில் இருக்கேன். அது மாதிரி எனக்கு இந்த குட்டி வீல் சேர் பெரிய சந்தோஷத்தை கொடுத்துச்சு. ஸோ தேங்க்யூ த்ரைவ் டீம்.
ட்ரிம்பிள் கம்பெனிக்கு என்னுடைய தேங்க்ஸ் நான் சொல்லிக்கிறேன்.
just like a cool pair of spectacles, now wheelchair users can own a cool wheelchair device. Trimble came up, as I said, to sponsor 20 wheelchairs. Today we'll see 16 of them, 4 of them could not make it because of health issues. So I'm going to announce them, and I'd request our chief guest and director to please come forward along with the Trimble executives to meet all of these 16 users. For logistical reasons and transfer issues and not being able to accommodate 40 wheelchairs because they have to transfer to the new wheelchair, the users are already there in the new wheelchairs. Let's invite, and also I request the chief guest to hand over the Thryv Wheelers Club t-shirt. First on is Purna Chandran. I'll also talk about what impact it makes in each one of their lives. This device helps him enable bike travel because he can put on the wheelchair easily onto his scooter. Trimble team, I request you to join the guests. Neha, please join. Next on, I invite Lakshman. The device helps him train longer on court without timing out. Next on, I invite Imran, and the wheelchair, lightweight wheelchair enables him to take on train journeys very easily. He's a frequent traveler for all his sports activities. I invite Vijay next. Vijay is a marathon runner on his wheelchair, and the lightweight wheelchair helps him go faster and further. Next on, I invite Kasinathan. The lighter wheelchair helps him transport easily while traveling and also support his career as a person who rides auto. May I invite Saravanan. The device enables Saravanan to take longer train journeys and work on the field as well. Vijay Kumar, please join us. The device helps him simplify travel and to participate in different sports competitions. And then Gopi, the device helps him for quicker, brisk movements in his workplace and keeps his workplace much more accessible. Yeah. With the first 8, we'll take a group picture so that they can leave the stage for the next 8. Yeah, let's take a group picture with the first 8. Thank you, users. Thank you. I request the next 8, starting off with Shobana. Shobana is a sports competitor, and the device helps her pursue her sports career. Shobana, please join us. Then I call upon Jennifer. For Jennifer, the device helps in playing her table tennis with more agility. Following Jennifer is Sudha Lakshmi. Sudha Lakshmi can lift the device by herself and put it on the scooter, transforming her mobility. Followed by Vijay. Vijay is a very unique story for us. Vijay joined us as a trainee, wheelchair trainee in the first batch, and now she trains others in wheelchair skills. Then I call Srinath, and Srinath's use case is simply that he wants to travel the world lighter. And then Jayan, in his own words, he feels that this device will help him move from a hospital grade wheelchair into this to help his posture better. Then followed by Karthik. Karthik, again, the same use case of portability, because often a heavy wheelchair affects their portability to move on by themselves independently. And then finally, followed by Vivek for his easy movement in the community and to do everything by himself independently. We'll have a group photo with a second set of users. Jennifer, please join for a group photo. Oh. Oh. Yeah, but one more is all right. Yeah. Please join for a group photo. Vijay, please join. Yeah, please join us for a picture. Even if you're not a user of YD1 wheelchair, that's absolutely fine. I'm pretty sure in the future you will be one. Thank you. We'll move on, and I request the guests to get back to the stage and take your respective seats. Thank you, Trimble, for enabling mobility and independence. On to the next part. I invite Rear Admiral Deepak Bansal, Professor of Practice, IIT Madras, and the Head of Strategic Alliances for Thryv Mobility, to facilitate the exchange of crest and memento. Yes, sir. First yours. So we'll have the exchange of crest and memento between the chief guest and the director. Thank you, sir. It's not very usual for the director to stay more than an hour, and we're very lucky and fortunate to have you here because of your busy schedule. Thank you so much, sir. I think we got more than we could ask for. Next on, exchange of crest and memento between the chief guest and Trimble, Mr. Rajan Iyer. I now invite Ms. Samina Mahmood from RRD, who's always supported us and assured us of partnering for the provisioning of more wheelchairs in the future. Thank you, Samina, for joining us. I now request Rear Admiral Bansal to hand over Thryv insignia to all the guests.
It's made of gold, so you can time to come.
Yes. Sir, one to Colonel Sachin as well from Pfizer. Thank you, sir. Please take your seats. It's time now for us to show our gratitude and thank everyone who's been part of this journey. I request Rear Admiral Bansal to do the honors of thanking everybody, including our partners in this entire journey of YD1.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I have a long list of people to thank and also organizations. So please pardon me, I'm going to delay your high tea. So do I have 7 minutes?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
I know your high tea is waiting you, but please, unless I thank everybody, this function would not get completed. So please bear with me. Respected Professor Kamakoti, unfortunately has to leave, Director IIT Madras and Patron-in-Chief, Vice Admiral Anupam Kapoor, Director General, Indian Armed Forces Hospital Services, and the chief guest for today's event. Our guest of honor, Brigadier C.N. Satish, Commandant, Artificial Limb Center, Pune, Commodore Suvrat Megan, Chief Staff Officer and Naval Officer in Charge, Headquarters, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry Naval Area, Air Commodore Tapan Sharma, Air Officer Commanding Air Force Station, Tambram, esteemed faculty, scholars, members of the media, dear students, innovators and friends. It is both a privilege and a profound honor to propose the vote of thanks on this truly red letter day. A day that does not merely mark a product launch, but a celebration of dignity, innovation and human spirit. We are deeply grateful to Vice Admiral Anupam Kapoor, Director General Hospital Services, AFMS, the chief guest of this event. Admiral, your presence here affirms a shared commitment to ensuring that those who serve our nation receive the best that science, design, and compassion can offer. Your participation lends both stature and soul to today's event. Our sincere thanks are due to the senior officers from the Indian Army, Indian Navy, and Indian Air Force, who very graciously consented to be the guests of honor. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of some of the leading prosthetic surgeons today from the Artificial Limb Center, Paraplegic Rehabilitation Center, and Spinal Cord Injury Center, Pune. Thank you very much for coming at such a short notice. It gladdens our hearts to welcome young midshipmen and their directing staff from the Indian Naval Academy, Azimala. This is bound to build professional rapport between the naval technocracy and IIT Madras. Together you have underscored that the true strength of our forces lies not in the weaponry they hold, but in how they care for those who have borne sacrifice with courage and grace. So thank you very much indeed. To Professor V. Kamakoti, Director of IIT Madras, thank you for cultivating a culture where innovation serves equity and technology becomes a means to empower. Under your visionary leadership, this institution continues to demonstrate what purpose-driven academia can truly achieve. A heartfelt thanks to IIT Madras and the Center for Rehabilitation Research and Device Development, R2D2, the foundation upon which Thryv Mobility stands. R2D2 has shown us that assistive technology is not a niche. It is a necessity and a noble one. At the heart of this journey is Professor Sujata Srinivasan, whose vision and unwavering mentorship have transformed dreams into devices and ideas into impact. She has truly been the wind beneath her wings. I think a big round of applause for Professor Sujata in absentia. We are also deeply grateful to the Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR, for the generous support. Without ICMR, YD1 might still be a blueprint, an aspiration without expression. ICMR's trust has enabled us to build not just hardware, but hope. In particular, our special thanks to Dr. Ravinder Singh, whose contributions to the National Center for Assistive Health Technologies, NCAT, have been foundational. Big round of applause for it. Ladies and gentlemen, you could be a little magnanimous with your applause, not for me, for the people who have done a wonderful job. Our special thanks to Mr. Rajan Iyer, Managing Director, Trimble, India, for sponsoring the first 20 ultralight wheelchairs. Your belief in bridging the digital and physical worlds is echoed in every YD1 chair. We also acknowledge Colonel Sachin Wakankar, Director Communications, Pfizer, for being our magnanimous benefactor always. Thank you very much. To Professor Manu Santhanam, the Dean of ICSR, thank you for the infrastructure and institutional support and your quiet but unwavering faith in Thryv. Today, by unveiling YD1, India's lightest and most intuitive wheelchair, we carry forward a spirit that transcends engineering, the spirit of Vaidi, as the professor mentioned, whose life inspired the entire YD wheelchair series. And I am Bangalore alumnus, Vaidi lived with a spinal cord injury for over 30 years. In his final decade, he guided countless others lost in the shadows of disability towards light, meaning, and mobility. Though we lost him during the pandemic, his courage and compassion live on. YD is not just a name, it's a tribute, a promise, a legacy etched into every frame we build. It is mobility with meaning. Every YD1 wheelchair that rolls forward is a quiet revolution, personalized, lightweight, portable, and proudly made in India. Unlike mass-produced devices that ask the user to conform, YD1 adapts to the person, recognizing that every life deserves design. Creating a wheelchair that is this light, this strong, and this accessible within India's terrain and economic realities is a monumental achievement. They said it could not be done, but we did it because it had to be done. And we had with us a remarkable team of vendors. I would like to name them. Mr. Sotik Adash of New Motion, Mr. Ravindran, Chennai Aluminium Heat Treaters, Mr. Vijay Raghavali, Boomai Manufacturing, Mr. Gopi, Priyaganga CNC, Mr. Tamil, K Square Laser, Mr. Karthik, DD Color Coats, and Mr. Satish from Venkdasura Color Coats. To our researchers, designers, and students, thank you for proving that purpose fuels invention far more than ambition ever could. To our friends in the media, thank you for being partners in storytelling. You help magnify not just what we make, but why we make it. And to the many unseen hands, administrators, caregivers, testers, clinicians, collaborators, thank you for transforming this vision into a tangible, meaningful reality. As the African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. Today we have gone far and we have gone together. Let me close with these words from Rabindranath Tagore. I slept and dreamt that life was a joy. I awoke and saw that life was service. I acted and behold, service was joy. Today we have served, and in doing so, we have honored not just a mission, but a man, a memory, and a movement. On behalf of Thryv Mobility, R2D2, and the larger IIT Madras community, I offer my deepest gratitude to each one of you for being part of this journey. Thank you, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Admiral Bansal. After all of the streak of good news, I have a bit of a bad news. Chennai Wednesday evening traffic has slightly delayed our high tea, but we'll engage you with a few more videos of YD1. And after that, we have some demo devices, the future devices in the pipeline of R2D2, which you can take a look and then move into the high tea. By all means, please. Last national. Because if we play the national anthem, everybody's going to leave. So let's play the videos and then the national anthem. So before you play, there were a build-up of videos for the launch, and I'd like to thank the social media team. It's not actually the social media team, it's the engineers who doubled up as social media managers, Dheeraj and his team. Thank you so much. Now we on to the videos.
कौसल्या सुप्रजा रामपूर्वा संध्या प्रवर्तते उत्तिष्ठन.
I think that's one of our program videos. Do you still want to play that? Yeah, it's a sports for all video. Yeah, go on. Let's play it.
லிங்கப்பன். ஹாய், என் பேர் லிங்கப்பன். எனக்கு ஸ்பைனல் கார்டு இன்ஜுரி ஆயிருக்குங்க. நான் வந்து 10 வருஷமாக வீட்டை விட்டு வெளியே வரல. முறையாக ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் ஈவெண்ட் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணேன். அதில் நான் வந்து அதுக்கப்புறம் ஸ்டேட் லெவல் மேட்ச் வச்சாங்க. அதில் நான் என்னோடய கிளாஸிஃபிகேஷனில் ஃபஸ்ட்டு வந்திருக்கேன். என்னோடய ஸ்கில் டெவலப் பண்ணுறதுக்கு மறுபடியும் செகண்ட் டைம் கேம்ப் அட்டன் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். மறுபடியும் தேர்ட் டைம் அட்டன் பண்ணுவேன்.
ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் சி, நோ பார்டர்ஸ், நோ பவுண்டரிஸ்.
அவை மக்களை ஒன்றிணைக்கின்றன.
ஒரு விளையாட்டை விட
அது ஒரு உணர்ச்சி.
பேச முடியாதவர்களுக்கு,
பார்க்க முடியாதவர்களுக்கு, நடக்க முடியாதவர்களுக்கு.
Sports give wings to play.
Bird with no feet sleeps in the wind.
Wheelchair skills program. We'll bring up the wheelchair skills program video.
In our world today, over 75 shares for mobility and independence. A majority of this population lives in developing countries where architectural barriers are high, limiting social participation. India alone could be home for about 10 million wheelchair users, and many of them struggle with daily challenges due to the wrong choice of device or lack of proper training. Wheelchair Skills Program, transforming lives and empowering wheelchair users worldwide. Our comprehensive program teaches essential skills from navigating uneven terrain and curbs to mastering ramps and public transportation. With the right training, wheelchair users can overcome obstacles and achieve greater freedom and confidence. Participants in our program experience improved physical health, reduced risk of injury, and enhanced emotional well-being. But the benefits don't stop there. By mastering these skills, wheelchair users are empowered to actively participate in their communities. Part of the ICMR, National Center for Assistive Health Technologies, and the TTK Center for Rehabilitation, Research and Device Development, R2D2. IIT Madras, our program promotes inclusivity, fostering connections between wheelchair users and their friends, family, and neighbors. Together, we are breaking down barriers and creating a world where everyone can thrive, regardless of their mobility challenges. Join us in promoting the Wheelchair Skills Program and help us transform lives, one wheelchair user at a time. Visit our website or contact us to learn more about how you can support and spread the word about this life-changing program, because everyone deserves the opportunity to live life to the fullest.
Okay, the next one is going to be NCAP video. I promise that will be the last video, and then we'll move on and look at the demo devices and network. But you have to see this. One of a kind in the world, one of a kind in the country. National Center for Assistive Health Technologies, IIT Madras.
Namaste. I am very happy to note that IIT Madras will be hosting the National Center for Assistive Health Technologies. We have been concentrating on inclusive education, specifically addressing the needs, both academic and social needs of the physically challenged. And all these efforts, I am very sure, will lead to a lot more of entrepreneurship, which will basically transform the lives of not just our Indians who are physically challenged, but will also have a big global impact.
This is a joint initiative of R2D2 labs at IIT Madras and the 80 assistive technology work that IIT Madras Research Park takes up. The center's objective is help develop these devices, see that the people with disability experience them, give their feedbacks so as to improve the devices, and finally to commercialize that.
There are millions with disabilities in India who use hospital-grade wheelchairs, hinge joint prostheses, and other poor quality assistive devices. At NCAT, we are simply challenging these norms to let users know they have better choices. But not just that. We have an open innovation portal at our center where users can look up designs across the globe and locally fabricate. We also have a wheelchair skills program to upskill users in using the right device and also using it appropriately. And lastly, we also have a policy research desk to provide guidelines for policymakers.
The current education system in rehabilitation sciences do not have access to the latest technology and innovation in assistive technology, as well as they don't have access to the real life scenarios faced by the users. NCAT will be an ideal facility for the professionals to learn about the experience of the users and learn about the art and science of prescribing, selecting, customizing, and providing the user training for appropriate assistive technology.
The activities of NCAT and the experience zones will help create awareness and connect users, innovators, startups, clinicians, policymakers, and the general public. We want to show that disability can be imposed by the environment, but with the right assistive technologies and training, we can function effectively and live life to the fullest.
Thank you. So the tea has arrived. We're going to have the national anthem and then move outside, look at the demos while they are setting it up, and we should be ready. Thank you so much for your patience. Please rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक
Thank you, everyone. The tea is being served at the hall adjacent dining hall. I'd request you to move to that hall, take a look at the demo devices and the future pipeline, and then enjoy your tea. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.